Welcome to tutorial 3 of the secrets of professional gamblers. In this tutorial we'll be looking at a very important skill, how to frame a market. Okay, so a few words of introduction. I'm a professional engineer, and while at university I was looking for a way to make a few extra dollars that wouldn't interrupt my studies. I had a TAB near my place, which is basically a government-approved agent for horse, greyhound and harness racing, and I decided to check it out. I knew nothing about betting at first, so I put a lot of research into it and ended up knowing quite a lot about the subject. I soon realised to be good at this activity, I would have to go about it professionally. For a start, I wouldn't be betting at the TAB because of the totalisator system they use. I also wouldn't bet at a casino because of the automatic loss built into every game. In fact, the only betting I found that could be exploited for profit was sports betting, including horse racing, as long as I had access to fixed odds. I found that investing in sports markets shared a lot with traditional investing, which not only allowed me to bet profitably, but also led me to create a number of other unique betting products, which you can now find on eBay. Just search for me, Matt's Games, and have a look at Wildfire Pro Keno and Wildfire Pro Lotto. My latest product is Wildfire Pro Sportsbet, and I will use it throughout this series. If you're interested, you can get a copy of it in the link below in the comments. I like to put a disclaimer ahead of all my videos because I'm not encouraging people to waste their money on cheap thrills. I believe the main rules of gambling professionally are these. Don't risk more money than you can afford to lose, set a limit and stick to it. If you're going to gamble long term and professionally, set aside a bankroll for betting purposes and don't use it for anything else and manage it carefully. Betting is easy when all goes well, but if you find you begin to stress after a number of losses, your betting gets reckless and you stop managing your money, perhaps it's time to look for another hobby. Stop gambling, you're not suited to this activity. Last tutorial we looked at bookmaker and betting exchange sites and their main differences. We also looked at back and lay bets and learned how to use them. Framing is an easy mathematical method that indicates how much value we are getting in a market. Framing can be done on all markets and we'll use a horse race to show how easy it is. Basically, we divide 1 by the price of a selection to show the result as a percentage. We then add all the percentages together for a total, which is the market frame. Here are 2 examples as I write this from William Hill. So what does the market frame tell us? Later we will learn how to bet every selection in a race for a profit. Of course this can't be done straight away, but we'll get to that later. If the frame is 100%, then this indicates a fair market. We could bet every selection in the race in such ways to get an even return, which would be our money back. If the frame is greater than 100%, which is usually the case, then betting each selection for an equal return would see less than our money back. And if the frame is less than 100%, we would get a return of more than our money back, which is the secret to betting for a guaranteed profit. The 100% figure is only accurate if the frame does not include a betting exchange commission. If the commission is, say, 6%, then we need a 94% frame for a fair market to get our money back, and less for a profit. The amount over 100% is called the overround or margin and indicates where the bookmaker makes his profit. It's interesting that the margin is not required for a betting exchange to make its profit, yet we always see a market there over 100%. This probably indicates that those setting prices are the lay bettors looking for lower risk, resulting in a margin similar to, but usually less than, that of a typical bookmaker. Here are 2 example market frames from Betfair, taken 8 hours and 5 minutes before the start. These examples indicate a common and important characteristic of markets. The closer they are to the start, the tighter in value they will be. Thus, the best odds available for your bet will be offered as close to the start of an event as possible, though it's important you don't bet too early. Now let's compare the same market offered at a bookmaker and a betting exchange, calculated close to the event's start. We see that the bookmaker has a significantly larger margin, which is to be expected as their profit comes out of this overround. The exchange's market still has a much smaller margin for the reason given a moment ago, although it does not include the exchange's commission. Assuming 5%, the frame is still significantly less. Compare 123.8% at the bookmaker to the adjusted exchange frame of 115.9%. One other thing to note about a market frame. If the event is considered important or is popular, this generally means more money will be coming into the total betting pool. The result of this is usually a tighter market, so if you're looking for value, try and stick to major events only. In this video, we learned that creating a frame for a market is simple and provides us with useful information. If we frame a market to less than 100%, or more if an exchange commission is involved, we get good value for our bets and can even bet for a guaranteed profit. Margin or overround is the value over 100% that provides a bookmaker's guaranteed profit. This margin still exists in betting exchange markets and indicates lay bettors are pushing for less risk in their odds offered to potential back bettors. Margin is always better at a betting exchange, indicating that we should always look at their markets first in the search for the best value for our bets.